gonna go out for a quick flickaroony. Not sure what I'm gonna do. I got the PE1 set up in the car. I do have one of the 72mm sliders, so I might give that a little shot. But if it doesn't go well, swap over to some jigs and hit this deep water out in Middle Harbour near Tunks Park. So like the method, pick a spot with deep water, it's dead low tide, so there'll be no current run. I am not hopeful, but it's certainly better than sitting at home for the afternoon. Alright, that's the boat ramp down there. This is the offending lure for the day. This spot looks perfect for it. Oh my god. Right, there a nice brim schooled out in front of this rock. Look, there was a little bit of something over near that boat. Man, that's great. First cast. That's a really good tailer. And we forget our net. Have a look at you, far out. That's probably like the best tailer I've caught. Doesn't happen like that. Literally first cast. Here we go. This is my favourite measure mat, just because when you're in a spot like this, you can really kind of lay it out with the flat size. Man, this is probably, it's not like a crazy tailer. People certainly catch bigger ones, but 40, we're going to go 45 in a little bit. That's great. Absolutely insane first cast showing for the slider today. I think we might go and get the drone out just so we can capture more action like that. Sick fish. Awesome. Yeah, so that's the 72mm. Okay, and then just under this gill plate. Okay. There we go. Off it goes. Okay, so measure mat available on the site. I think I only got like 15 of them left. Quite a popular offer, and then just the 72mm slider. First cast. I'll have a few more goes just to have a bit of fun before we get the drone out. Maybe the wind will dive a bit. I want it to be smooth like that. Oh my god. No, I think we got to get the drone out. I don't think a fish like that would have been catchable on a 8-pound setup without the net. Well, that's the end of that then. We don't have any more of the small top waters. And there we go. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Actually do have another one. Yes. Last one. That's a 55mm Galaxy. We've got one more on us. Okay. 20-pound. I'm going to move out onto that point over there. Just I heard a bit of splashing out there before, so we'll just tie our FG quickly. and get moving. That knot feels a lot better. Oh, free golf ball, yes. I thought the Rolex was good. Alright, here we're just going to do some aerial footage of the sliders. So you can see that it creates a disturbance on the surface of the water when you retrieve it. And if you pull it in just quickly, it kind of makes a straight line and a little wake and splash on its way in. Not like a popper where you make a big splash and the splash makes kind of all of the commotion. So you see here where the lure is moving side to side a little bit, kind of like a walk the dog presentation. That's kind of where you're giving it a bit of slack line, and the more slack line you give it between each jerk or pull, you're going to get more of a side to side action. And you can see, like, I kind of was just burning it in here, so the lure was going pretty straight, but then you can kind of see here that on every pause the lure is moving side to side, more like the traditional walk the dog, and the fish seem to like it. First fish on drone. Didn't actually get it on the drone, unfortunately, but yeah, you can see that I'm not getting the same kind of side-to-side action that some of the guys on YouTube get, more famous fishers, so they work even for the novice fishermen. So yeah, I don't know, get on there, and if you're land-based, I'd probably say go the 72mm slider over the 55. Just has that little bit extra cast distance and works a bit better with slightly heavier line. Using a 20-pound Daiwa Expedition, you can kind of just see that it is visible in the water, and this is kind of how you use it. Hopefully you found that useful in some respects. Would have been good to get the first fish on the drone. Okay, being the temperamental beast that I am, we're tying on a jig. Not really. Okay, I'm going to go with the parakeet. I think realistically, what is the highest chance of success? And it's a jig, which will get me up further into this deep section. Hopefully there are more fish out there. One other thing, like the idea with the slider, is that it's no worse than a Bass Day sugar pen, but dramatically cheaper, and comes with appropriate hooks for fishing with for bream. And then, as you see, I kind of managed to pump some pretty good fish with them. So the hooks are pretty good. They're maybe overkill for bream. They're not too big, and they're not too thick. So also, yeah, subscribe if you like the video. This is a 28 gram mid. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen one of these just sitting around. I've only seen them half eaten. What the? It's a fish. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like, subscribe if you want to. Get on the website and give the sliders a go. I like the 70mm, 72mm, whatever it is. Anyway, it's roughly 70mm. I like the 70mm for bigger fish, but the 55 does the job as well. And then the jig I just used there is a 28 gram, and that's a bit better to get massive distance and get a bit deeper, target anything that might be lurking. And my advice would be just keep moving, so don't stand in one spot and hope for the world to change. Just move along a bank, find the fish. If you're on a kayak, a bit different because you can see where they are, but if you don't have the luxury of a watercraft, just move along the bank. Middle harbour for this kind of thing is really only very good at low tide like this, because it's otherwise really So otherwise really difficult to get around because the water is literally like up to here.